Sunbird, happy Wednesday to you and welcome back to my channel. It's so embarrassing to see what our ministers are doing in parliament. It's so embarrassing. These community meetings are exposing that our ministers are incompetent. They are always pushing nepotism, giving tenders to their friends, appointing their colleagues and friends, and they're doing what they call it. I don't know if they call it what? Cadre deployment. It's just a lot, guys. Yesterday I was listening to the committee meeting of I think it's Arts and Culture, and Gayton Mackenzie was asked about his committee that he chose for the National Arts Council, as well as the chairperson thereof. And you see him naming people, and when they ask him like what are the expertise that these people have, he said that I just know that I followed the act when I made my appointments. And he was diking and diving when he was asked questions, being emotional about them. And let me just put the clips of some of the things that happened yesterday, because they were asking him about the rationale behind him choosing PA members to form part of the council. Yes, it's his discretion, but why PA members? Cadre deployment guys in parliament and your ministers that you have, elected and put in government. Crazy.
People, did you handpick them? Did you go to the arts sector or the creative sector, say that, can you propose names? Or did the minister bring the list of names that he approved? Can you give us that clarity? How did you source these names? Because these names had the powers to facilitate an interview that will then give birth to a board that is before us. So that's why I'm not interested on interacting with the board. I basically want to engage on the process that we had followed in appointing this board, so that we can deal with the issues of credibility and clear the process altogether. How did we source these names? Were they handpicked? Were they proposed by a stakeholder? Did the minister bring a list, or did the department bring a list? Can we get clarity?
Mr. Machanyana,
I give you clarity on that thing, if I may say. It was done in line with the Act. You read the Act, and we have done it in line with the Act.
Listen, I'll come back to the rationale. In as much as the Act prescribes that the minister can make those appointments, chairperson, I want to understand his understanding as to why a member of the Patriotic Alliance became the chairperson of the interview panel. That led ultimately to the chairperson of the board being a member of the Patriotic Alliance as well, while he himself as a minister is a member of the Patriotic Alliance. What is the rationale? He's not answering the question. It's certainly, chairperson, whether there is actual ethics that can be found in this, chairperson, because in as much as there is a precedent for this, legally speaking, chairperson, we must investigate the potential of a conflict of interest here.
5 members sitting on that panel, and they are selected based on the expertise of the National Arts Council.
A fully constituted council of NAC. Now, you can't say when you have 5 representatives of provinces, that means you are not fully constituted, then you base your quorum on that. The quorum must include 9. It says, the Act says not fewer than 9 provincial representatives.
Crazy. On top of that, guys, today, this is what happened with the Committee of Higher Education.
Money have you fundraised towards internet connectivity within the labs?
Connectivity. Unless we can put the analysis up so that I can then talk.
What do you mean analysis? Like, you should know. Do you have any partnership that in your job in the last 2 weeks that you have formed with any private sector or any company to ensure that there's connectivity on campus to improve internet access? Yes or no?
No.
You haven't. So have you done any sort engagements with computers for computer accesses?
Yes.
Okay, how many computers were you able to get in the last 2 years?
Into the institution?
I mean, surely not in your house, Mama.
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
Guys, Guys, I don't have a problem with old people, but if they're gonna act like this, I have a problem with them. Because why didn't they give somebody younger this duty that they've given to Umama? Umama now is failing to answer questions, and probably, either she doesn't understand or very she didn't do the work. Like, Minister of Higher Education, what are you doing? What are these ministers doing? Guys, it's so embarrassing. And what is annoying, this Cadre deployment that they're doing, is that now when they have to account, it's hard for them to account. These people, these friends of theirs, it's hard for them to account in Parliament, in front of us, the public. It just makes us see how incompetent our ministers are. I don't know what you guys think. Nonetheless, moving right along, it doesn't make sense for the ministers to be this incompetent if the president is competent. The president has proven himself once again that he's incompetent, and he introduced what we call the national dialogue. And please hear him explaining what is the national dialogue.
South Africans, today I wish to address you about the national dialogue, an initiative that has been in discussion by a number of leaders in our country and many other people for some time. This initiative has been gathering great support and enthusiasm since it was proposed last year. It has been endorsed by a wide range of formations across society. Over the last few months, we've been engaged in discussions with various entities on the purpose and the form of the national dialogue.
To those ones who don't understand and who wants the simplest meaning of the national dialogue is the sitting down where they're going to discuss the issues of South Africa and finding resolutions in a peaceful way. And that dialogue includes political parties, traditional leaders, church leaders, it includes youth groups and others. And I saw that Bafage Unompendulo, this lady that was, they were wearing a head wrap during Christmas Fall, who then, she got famous by doing this and wearing a head wrap. I don't know why did they select the people that they've selected. And this is how Unsigi Mazwai explains this national dialogue is.
Good morning, guys. There is a tendency of white capital monopoly of having these national dialogues, the gathering where the white people choose the black candidates to represent black people. And usually in their choices, they have the good blacks, the well-behaved blacks, the blacks that have never questioned white establishment, the good blacks who are going to end up being on the white side in the national dialogue. And as we know, there are very different circumstances for black and white people in South Africa. So I would like to find out about this voice of the voiceless, where on that list we're not even finding one person we know to be a voice of the voiceless.
Guys, we are doomed. We are doomed. Yes, South Africans have to be self-sufficient and not depend on the government. But guys, when we tell the truth, how do you become self-sufficient and not depend on the government if you don't have land? How would you operate your poultry? How do you operate your gardening and your plantation, your vegetation, if you don't have land? We need land. Hence, people are fighting so much for land, because if you don't want to give me service delivery, let me find ways for myself. But how will I find ways for myself if I'm staying in a small 4-room house in the township? I don't know what this national dialogue, guys, is for. Man. Give us jobs, give people houses, give people land. Don't have dialogues, talk too much. We talk too much as South Africans. We just talk, no action. How many times have South Africans voiced out their concerns? And what has the government done? 30 wasted years already. So why are we still talking instead of giving action? And this is what Julius Malema once said after the SONA, I think it was in 2019. Please hear him out.
He has to say, guys, the reality is that the economy is not growing at the speed we want, and therefore I've got no ideas. He must be honest like that. He must not create an impression that he's got an ideas. Cyril is playing with us. Cyril wanted to be president in the 90s. Till today, Cyril doesn't know why he wanted to be president, except that he wanted to be president.
The president has no plan whatsoever. Believe him at your own risk. Nonetheless, guys, please Do not forget to comment your thoughts and what you think about these updates. Nonetheless, guys, I will see you on my next upload. Bye.